What's up, guys? This is Casey with the Division Productions.
I'm Dan with the Division Productions.
And we're here to give a critique on the latest Corridor Digital video, which is called First Person versus Third Person, Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Yes. And if you haven't seen it, you should absolutely check it out before you watch this, just so you have some context. A few weeks ago on Sam and Niko's alternate channel, in response to the Kids React video, they said that they really appreciate honest critique and criticism on their videos.
We don't think we are cooler than Corridor Digital. We don't think we're any better, but we do know, we do know what we're doing as far as video production goes, and we do it for a career. That's our day job. So just from a professional standpoint, not really a fanboy standpoint, we just want to give our honest feedback on this video.
We're not out to hurt anyone's feelings.
Not hating.
We're not hating. We're not trolling.
Yeah, don't be playing us. Don't be trolling our threads.
So what we did is we went through their latest video here that was just released today, took some notes, we watched it a couple times, and we're just gonna kind of go shot by shot in a number of spots here and give our feedback.
Number 1, sound design. Oh shit! I always appreciate when sound is well done in a movie, because oftentimes it's overlooked, and especially if you didn't record anything on set, you have to build everything, every single layer, all of the ambient effects and everything, as well as the explosions and the bullet hits and that type of thing. And it was just a beautiful job.
Really good sound design is done when you don't even notice it, And I kept forgetting there was even sound effects in it, and that's how you know you did it right. Another thing we wanted to talk about, the heads-up display, the HUDs. I thought they looked really crisp, really clean, really nice, as if you were playing a game. And I know that's the look they're going for, since the source content is based off of the Splinter Cell game. But it just it had this really cool mix. It made me think of Aliens, when they're in Alien 2, when they're in the ship, and then he's using the motion sensor on his gun, and they're like, oh, they don't know where they're coming from. It totally took me back there, and I love that movie. So that was just a neat experience for me.
Yeah, a HUD is something that you can kind of just slap a Photoshop file on top of your video and call it a HUD. But this was an excellent, excellently done. Is that a word? Excellently done.
It is now.
HUD.
Yeah.
And I love the distortion on the sides, as well as the little outline effects.
Yeah.
The kind of digital noise or whatever.
Did you ever play any of the Arkham games, the Batman Arkham Asylum or Arkham City games? So there's this mode where you can put Batman in detective mode, and everything has this kind of hard outline so you can see it, and certain things are labeled in a certain color. And it kind of reminded me of that. Just on the outside, if you look around the vignette, around the screen, you can kind of see some of the walls have this colored distortion around the line, and it just looked really cool.
Lots of little touches that really made a difference.
Absolutely.
Another thing I really noticed that I liked, and I don't know if this was intentional or it just kind of happened that way because of the way it was filmed, is the swishy movements of the camera. And so it's, rather than having just I'm gonna look this way, I'm gonna look this way, it's kind of a whoosh, whoosh, which is, I think it's just a really nice touch, because it, even just in the camera movement, it adds that little bit of style, which just makes the whole movie look just a little bit cooler.
I agree. If you scrub to the 53-second mark, there's a couple guys actually doing parkour, through all these obstacles laid out before them, jumping over crates and jumping through the forklift and stuff, and sliding under a rail, and all then bullets flying over there, and it looked incredible, and it was so awesome, and what an awesome use for the drone to get that shot. My only critique is that it looks like there's a noticeable dip in the quality when you go to that shot, and it was really, I don't know, it was really obvious to me. I watch all their stuff in 1080 just because it looks amazing, and for a second there I thought that it had dropped down to a lower quality while I was watching it, and it kind of distracted me. And I don't know exactly what cameras were on that. I think it was some Sony camera.
It's the one that the rig's built for, I think.
Okay.
But I mean, the thing about that is there's several different factors that could play into that. One is the camera, one is the amount of light, if you had to stabilize it or scale it up or anything like that. We don't know any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's just a simple kind of, we noticed it. Whether you can help it or not, I don't know. Either way, the first time I watched it, the Frogman shot with the guy jumping over the thing,
freaking
that
cool.
made me so excited, because it's like, oh my gosh, these are parkour guys. This movie is gonna just rock.
Up a level right there.
Yeah,
so
super
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, really, really good. And all those guys are like way talented, by the way. So kudos getting a crew that is physically capable to pull off those shots that will help the production. So
the shot where the guy goes down the hallway and then the camera swoops around the corner, that's the first time I noticed this is the third person perspective, like in a third person action video game. So very well done.
Yeah, definitely reminded me of Metal Gear, Gears of War cover system kind of thing. It was just really awesome, really nailed that. At the 108, 109 mark, you see a spy like running up the wall to eventually hang down and break the guy's neck later. The shot, I don't know if it was like stabilized, if that was a problem shot, if it was, I don't know if it was one of the drone shots too. But again, it's like noticeable, weird, grainy quality. I don't know what is going on with it, but it's just one of those things. Again, it was a distraction to me as a viewer. Kind of took me out of the experience, made me think about something other than the story you're trying to tell. And so I think that's important to just to address. Again, not trying to slam me on it. It was a beautiful shot. It's just that it looks different from everything else in the video.
And it probably wasn't, probably couldn't be helped.
Probably not. Just wanted to bring it up.
2 minutes, the neck snap shot.
Freaking awesome.
First of all, yeah, this is one of those shots that you just get excited when you see it.
So good.
Yeah, him hanging down. First of all, that he could practically hang down and do that was really cool. Yeah. And I love how it cuts to the POV of the first person guy, and you see the hands over that was really cool. Really cool. It just snaps, and it's just like the sound, and it's just so brutal.
Yeah.
And so that was really cool.
Yeah.
I like that shot a lot.
So at 2:05, one of the spies is communicating with another spy about how he's pinned down and he needs help. And it's a really just a little thing but I noticed it and I thought it was really well done. Just added a lot to it. Was the laser actually like pinging the lens and hitting the lens as the other spy is communicating to his buddy underneath him. And again, it's just that little element. Probably could have been overlooked, but it was a great idea. I don't know if that was planned. If it was, you're amazing. If you just thought of it, or it was just a spontaneous decision, whatever, good job.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was just a really cool little thing that added a lot to the intensity of the scene, I thought.
Yep. At around 2 minutes, 12 seconds, there's another guy climbing up, like doing some amazing parkour. Totally awesome. And it was obviously shot with, a helicopter cam. And the only thing about it is that we saw in the behind the scenes what I think was the raw footage from the helicopter cam, and it looked awesome. And so the one in the movie looks like it's stabilized. And so I don't know if it was like stabilized with the back of his belt or something like that, but it looks like you didn't need to stabilize it, and that might have been for the point of, making it look more like a third person, locked down camera, but I don't really think you needed to. I think it was really cool just how it was. So I personally, unless there was some problem we don't know about, I would not have stabilized that shot. I would have just left it.
At the 2:21 mark, you see one of the spies turn on his like thermal imaging system, and you see the guy through the wall. I think that's probably one of the best looking like thermal shots other than Predator. Yeah. I mean, it just looked really good. It had an interesting look to it, something I've never seen before. And I just thought it was a really well done shot.
It was really well done. I mean, to the point where I'm almost wondering if they used some kind of thermal thing on there, because
I know.
It looks like maybe a color remap, but like if we were gonna shoot that, I don't know how to shoot that.
I don't know how to shoot that either.
I thought it was
unless you guys
really cool.
are just roto bosses, which I'm not doubting you are. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Good job.
About 2:30, 2:31 or so, the guy that jumps up and swings on the hook to get the sniper in the nest. I thought that was, first of all, that was a really cool idea, and I was really excited when I saw it. The thing that was kind of weird was that he, you know, jumped and then kind of bounced off of it and then swung up and got the guy, which might have been like an ability thing, might have been like, you know, you can't really get that type of swing in and swing over and get that guy. I don't doubt that that's really hard to do. At the same time, it kind of takes you out of it a little bit, because you would think that the guy in the sniper nest would have noticed him, like, you know, and so it just seems like you had way too much time to go up and kill that guy. So it was exciting, but a little unbelievable maybe.
I just think it could have been done in just a, you know, in a way where he only needed to swing once to get there, and just cut to the first person view of the mercenary
guy. Maybe so.
It would have looked great. I never would have thought twice about it, and it would have fit with the other perspectives you've shown already in the film. So
yep, that would have been good.
Just a thought.
When the guy's coming down the walkway and he's looking up at the sniper nest after this whole hook thing, having that hook swinging, that was a nice touch. And so, I mean, obviously works for continuity, but it's something that's really easy to overlook, and I thought it was really great.
Yeah.
Because it reminds the viewer when you're watching it, oh yeah, that's the one, that guy just got killed.
That guy just
that's
got
awesome.
owned on that.
Yeah. I'm going to call you on it. I'm going to call you on it. When he pulls out the grenade, sounds like the grenade sound from Halo. Possibles from other games too. I don't actually remember, but I
maybe
definitely,
Halo ripped it off.
Maybe so.
Maybe.
But I definitely recognize it from Halo, and that made me go, oh, it's the sound from Halo. You know, little thing, but yeah.
Maybe again it was used, you know, maybe it was used to just bring you back to, like, it's a video game movie, it's a video game.
Probably so.
Throwback sound. I don't know.
Probably so.
I don't know. Just like the night vision turning on, like that.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yep. It's the same thing. You hear it all the time. It's just something you keep in the back of your mind. Still,
Halo grenade.
That explosion looked incredibly good. So I don't know how much, if that's a mix of practical and VFX, but either way.
Either way, it was awesome.
Flawless.
Totally
freaking
sweet.
Believed it. It was awesome. I love like the flaming little papers that were like even coming down. Like, yeah. Really cool little details that really sell that shot. Very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah, that's one thing we like about Corridors. They do some a lot of practical stuff, and you know we're still at a level where, you know, we don't really have the budget to do any type of practical stuff, so we see it and go, wow, that VFX was awesome, and then oh, maybe it was practical. Yeah, I don't know, but if you can't tell, it's good job.
You did it right.
Good job either way. 3 minutes and 8 seconds where the guy falls off of the railing and then the guy jumps on top of him. That was like, that's probably one of our favorite shots. That was super cool. Super cool.
So well done.
I don't even know what to say about it other than it was awesome. Yeah. So that's some good feedback. About 3 minutes and 30 seconds when you're following the spy, and like, that's a really simple shot and it's just a following shot, but that was very, very much feels like I'm playing Splinter Cell or Metal Gear, and just completely well done. Just on that little shot, just to remind us that, hey, this is a third-person perspective. Yeah, really cool.
So at 350, you see like the final fight, the encounter between the last mercenary and the last spy, and it's just an incredibly brutal fight. I mean, guy gets cranked in the ribs with a pipe wrench and then stabbed with a knife and all that, and it's just like the way that tension was really built up though was it was so cool to see the cross cutting between the POV and then the third person, and seeing that done that way. I mean, the cuts were just done spot on, and everything was clearly communicated. I knew exactly who was doing what. What
works well is I know this whole movie was cutting in between a third-person perspective and a first-person perspective, and for that moment in that fight, it doesn't. I know you are, but it doesn't feel like you are.
It does,
and so it feels like a movie, but you still kept to those same perspectives. And I thought that was it just worked really well. It was awesome.
Yeah. So 406, you see the last shot. It's just so good, and our guess is that you actually comped 2 shots together, and I think you kind of see a hint of that in the behind the scenes where Sam is like letting go of the drone and coming through the door. I don't know.
That was a excellent last shot because it took.
I can't believe it's stitched together that well. I mean, going from the interior to the big exterior shot.
even looking for it, it's really hard.
So hard to tell.
Notice.
Yeah.
But that last shot, like when those guys come around that computer console and just shoot that guy,
and just
oh my gosh,
blow him away.
that's just crazy.
So brutal.
And so yeah, that was nuts. And then it just pulls out and out and out and out and out, and you see the guys that respawn and they're coming back. It was just an excellent ending shot. I can't think of a better way to end that movie. So that's our review, our critique, and all in all, we loved it. I mean, this is one of our favorite videos. Excellent. For anybody out there that wonders who we are, we're with a little company called The Division in Oregon. We make reality shows. We also have a YouTube channel called The Real Life. So hit us up on YouTube. If you like this video, make sure to let us know by hitting like and comment. And subscribe to our channel. That would be super great. And Sam and Niko, if you're watching this, man, we love you guys. Keep up the good work.
Love you guys. You're great. Thanks so much for watching.